Hello and welcome to SyncEzy. In this video, we'll walk you through an integration between Zoho Desk and Simpro, where Zoho Desk becomes the backbone for providing excellent customer service, handling functions like ticketing, customer service, and tech support, and Simpro remains the strong operational backend of the business, handling things like operations, job management, and invoicing. And we'll look at how both of these applications can work seamlessly together to ensure good communication between your support team and your field technicians, to reduce the administrative burden and to deliver a more faster and a coordinated response to customer issues, right? So let's dive in. The reason why you'd want to do that, and you'd want to move manage ticketing here and move them to Simpro whenever you need to create a job or a quote, is primarily around increased efficiency. It's just currently you're probably using a shared mailbox and you've got emails flying all over the place with 50 people in copy, and it's a mess to manage a company shared mailbox in Outlook, whereas a ticketing system just brings order to all that chaos. This will improve your efficiency, it will improve coordination between the team, and most importantly, it will improve the response times that you have for customers. So if you have proper SLAs, if you have response time SLAs, if you have resolution SLAs, especially on contracts with larger companies, a ticketing system is essentially mandatory. There's no way around it, right? Now let's take a closer look at how the handover process works between desk and ticketing. Essentially, when a ticket comes in, to desk, we can check if that email that it has come in from, is it using an email address that already exists in Simpro. Based on whenever your team is ready and wants to push that over to Simpro as a job or a quote, they can press a button and send that over to Simpro. We then bring the desk ticket URL and add that into Simpro, so that if in case anybody is looking at a job or a quote in Simpro and they want to look at the correspondence or the communication that has happened in relation to that ticket, they can always click on and look at the detailed ticket URL. And the same thing in the other direction, if somebody is looking at the Zoho Desk ticket and they want to look at what's happening with the Simpro job, they can also do that. What the integration does is it puts in, on the right-hand sidebar of the ticket, it puts in an extension, which is a Simpro Zoho Desk extension, which allows you to essentially transfer all of your Zoho Desk ticket information into Simpro job or a quote. We can send data into private notes. We can automatically look up customer sites and contacts and then create the job or a quote in the correct. We can also link the job or a quote into the correct site as needed. We can link the ticket to an existing job or a quote or create a new one. So in case if you've got a communication from a customer in relation to an existing job, you can also manually link it, or you can create a new record as needed. We can obviously look up and connect the tickets to that parent customer. So if you've got, say, somebody like a large airline or a bank or something like that that you're working with, as long as the contact is correctly connected, the tickets will be correctly assigned within that customer, and the jobs and quotes will be created to the relevant place. So let's jump in and look at how the integration actually works in action, right? So here is a Zoho Desk environment. There's a bunch of tickets that have come through now, and there's a couple of agents. The tickets have been assigned to certain agents. For our example, we've taken the example of a security camera and the customer being Qantas. So you can see here, for example, there is a quote request that has come in, and for that quote request, we can see everything that's actually happening in one place. There was a ticket from a customer that says, okay, they want some cameras, etc. Andrew's reached out saying, yep, we'll prepare a quote. And basically what we can do from here is, and this is already done in this case, where there was a quote that was created. This quote 4718 that was created is directly linked. So if you're logged into Simpro in this browser, you can simply click on this link and it will open out the quote. And you can see within the quote, you've got a link to the Zoho Desk ticket. You can obviously build out the quote with parts and materials as needed. And if the customer comes back on an email and says, okay, yep, they want to go ahead, you can always come in and click on the create a job button, which converts that code and makes that into a job. That's the step one, and I'll show this in live. So here is again another example. So here is here's a request that has come in. In this particular request, they've come in and asked for a camera system. And if I look at this, okay, here is another ticket where the customer asked for some quotes. We sent out a quote, and we've said ignore. Here is another ticket where the customers asked for some details. We've said we'll provide them a quote, and now Andrew has assigned this ticket to Julie and says, can you please look into this? Now let's say Julie comes in. Now this is Julie's account, and Julie comes in and looks into the same ticket. Ticket has now been assigned to Julie. Let's say Julie comes in. Here is Julie's account, and Julie looks at this ticket saying, okay, this ticket is with me. The next step in this case is to create a quote in Simpro. So Julie can go in, look at the marketplace extension, which is the desk extension, and we've got the button here to create a quote. We've also got the ability to select a site on which the quote needs to be created. So I'm going to select the Melbourne Airport site, and I say create a quote. Now that then goes into Simpro, creates a quote, and brings the URL of the quote and puts that in here. So the quote number has been updated over here, as you can see, and you will, when I hit refresh to this ticket, you'll have the quote link directly available within the ticket. Now, if I click on that link, as long as I'm logged into Simpro in the same browser, this will open up the quote directly. And you can see that the quote has been created to the correct customer. It has been created to the correct site. And obviously it's been assigned to the right contact. In addition to that, we've also got the description in the timeline. We've got a link back to the ticket. So if you ever want to go look at the full conversation, the user can click on this and then go back to Zoho Desk and look at the full conversation. Now, most importantly, in addition to all of this, we've also got the actual inquiry that the customers asked for. That's available in the description. If I want to go in and create this as a quote, I can go in and, irrespective, the quote is now available in here. Let's say the customer called and wants to go ahead with the quote. Now, and this can be via an email or this can be via a conversation here. As long as the quote is linked to the job, all the technician has to do is to come in here and press a button that says create a job, and that will take the 4720 quote and create a job. And now it has brought in a new job. So if we hit refresh, you can see that the job is now linked, and you've got a job that was converted from that quote. So if I click on that job, the same way the quote number 4720 has now been converted to a job. This job is also linked back to the ticket, and you have a project job that is ready to go based on the previous quote. So you can still do the operations in the back end from Simpro the way you're normally doing, but you can simply optimize the front end communications and have that done from Zoho Desk. The most important thing here is obviously that you've got the communication that is linked back from here to Simpro. Anytime if a manager wants to look at what's happening with this particular inquiry, they don't have to ask around. You can come in, look at the ticket, and you can see that this ticket is connected to this job, this ticket is connected to this quote, and you have the entire history of that conversation available right here. And the same thing in Simpro. You can go into Simpro, you've got the ability to have the links in here. You can also, if you make the statuses of the tickets exactly the same as the Simpro job statuses, we can also have the statuses linked so that if a job moves ahead in one system, they can also move ahead in the other system. We can also have additional functionality as needed that syncs comments to private notes and things like that. Now to wrap up, the Zoho Desk to Simpro integration really is it's a powerful way to bridge the gap between customer support and field service. We can automate ticket handovers, making sure that there is a clean handover from the customer service team to the operations team. Obviously, it empowers your team to provide a faster and a more coordinated response, and it makes sure that the front end and the back end teams are working well together. Thank you.